Straight out the South, Arkansas, where the talk is real and the vibe is raw. This South got something to say. No filters, no faking, just the truth, how we see it. So kick back, tap in, and let's get to it. The Still Country Podcast, Still Country Podcast, Still Country Podcast. Show the money, Still Country Podcast, Still Country Podcast, Still Country Podcast.
Hey, it's gonna be a rough one right here. What up, fam? Welcome to the Still Country Podcast. I am your host, Eli Isabell. Welcome to the show tonight, y'all. We are doing a special Wednesday edition of the show tonight, and the reason why, you already know, them boys play tomorrow night, and we on a roll, and I cannot miss the damn game. I will miss a little bit of it, but y'all know how I feel about my boys, so we moved it. We shifted. We just did a little shift tonight to Wednesday night, man. I have a great show for you guys tonight, man. I am really excited about our topic tonight. And I got some crazy folk in the building with me, too. Especially this dude to my left, y'all right. So just put your seatbelt on, buckle up. He in here talking about my house. Now you invite people over, and they got some shit to say about your shit. Well, that's him. He's that guy right there, y'all. But listen, before we go any further, man, please like, share, and subscribe to All Things Still Country Podcast. Thank you guys for always tuning in every week and hanging in there with me. We took a couple of weeks off because of the holiday last week. Yeah, stop touching stuff, bro. No, I'll do it once we get started. See, that's what I'm saying. You invite people to your house, they come over here, they want to take a shit. Like, no, you do that before you get over here, dog. Now, listen, before we get the show started tonight, man, I'm going to allow my awesome guests to introduce themselves. I always say I like to let people introduce themselves because I don't want to do anybody a disservice and take away any of their credits. If you have anything that you want to promote or talk about, now would be the time. Give out all your information, and we're going to rock with it. So I'm going to go in-house first. Young lady to my right, tell the people who you are.
Hi, my name is Fatima. You can follow me on Instagram. She is Fatima, _. I also own a online vintage boutique. It is called the Exhibit Studio.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
How can they find? Will they get that information from your Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. Old clothes.
Yes.
I like it. I
got on the old shirt right now.
Oh, word.
It's like
now I'm looking at it. It looks very vintage. Yeah. Like it should have a journal that says Fatima Maintenance on the other side. You know, they've got a little name tag. All right, my bad. All right. Moving on. My next guest in the house, man, I've known this dude since 1989. It's crazy. We was young pups. Played ball together at CR, Go Riders. Yo, holla at the people, dog. Who are you?
Shannon Daniels. I'd like to welcome myself back to the building.
Yes, sir.
Second time on this call. For those who don't know me, Shannon Daniels originally from Dover area. Caesar Ryan, like he said. I won't talk about anything else but two things. A couple of things. December 6th, I'm a part of 100 Black Men in Delaware. December 6th, we'll be having a Man Up event at the Newcastle Library on Route 9 from 11 to 3. It's free. So all men come out there and ladies. So 100 Black Women Coalition of Delaware be in the building as well, and the state of Delaware. So please come out and support. There'll be free screenings, good information to learn about all cancers, from breast cancer to prostate cancer to colon cancer, all that good stuff. Come out, please support. Then I'll tell you that I'm a part of the First Tee of Delaware. Bring your kids out there so they can learn life skills through the game of golf.
Okay. Oh, that's it?
And then
I was hoping it was. Go ahead.
1911.
I need to go slide into there.
The Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
All right. Thank you, brother.
I'll leave it for later on.
Don't do it. All right, yeah. Thank you, brother. I wanted to be a part of 100 men. I guess y'all don't need 101. You told me the last time. You lied to me and said I was going. That's okay. Just save it for later. Now on the screen, I got my two homies, man. I have a great affection for both of these ladies, and thank y'all so much for agreeing to do this. I'm going to start with the rookie, the one who's never been on the show, up top in the green. Please tell the people who you are and what you have going on.
Hello, everyone. I am Natalie. I do a lot of things. However, my most recent venture is building a nonprofit foundation. It's called Journeys Foundation. It is to support Down syndrome and autism on a whole platform for needs for, you know, whatever is not necessarily available for kids within the state of Delaware. Hopefully we can build and go further more outside of that. Other than that, that's pretty much my focus, my goal. Soon to be married, so I can't wait for that to come hard. So I'm happy in that perspective. Thank you. But anyhow, just here to support Black America and excellence of everything that we do. That's me.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And she's from Cali, y'all. California girl. Yes.
How do we get that information that she has?
Oh, Natalie, can you tell them how to reach and get information about your foundation, about Journeys Foundation?
Oh, absolutely. I do have a current website called Journeys Foundation. We are on our regular Facebook. You can look up journeysfoundation.org or Journeys Extra meaning 21. Down syndrome is a trisomy 21. So you can find us that way. But if you need more information, I can definitely make sure it is displayed later on.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Nat. Last but not least, my daughter's twin. Please tell people who you are and what you did.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kanisha. I am currently in a new role. I am a care coordinator / social worker at a nursing home in Jersey, where I'll be conducting like nursing or mental health assessments. I'm sorry. And I can be followed at kbm.mommy on Instagram.
All right, you heard it first. All right, thank you all for joining us, man. Let's get into the topic now. We're gonna do our little subtopics first, and then we're gonna get right to the main topic, man. I'm so looking forward to the opinions and thoughts of everyone tonight on this particular topic. But first and foremost, I don't know if you guys saw this. There was a teacher down in Louisiana, a white lady. She's like teacher of the year in her school district. Apparently, like the salt of the earth down there, she's never had any issues. Been celebrated as one of the best teachers in that district. Somebody in her family videoed her disciplining her son, and he was laying, or daughter, son, I think it was. He was laying on his stomach, and she had a belt whooping his ass. Whatever he did, she was giving him that work with a belt on the bottom. Now this woman's been fired. She has some assault charges. Whoever videoed this in her home, leaked the video out. So my question to you guys is, I know in my era, I got my ass whooped, but not a lot, because, and here's what I always say, me and my boy Benny talk about this all the time. A good ass whooping is a deterrent. It's not meant for you to get them every week all the time. Correct. But if you get one or two good ones, you don't want that anymore. So now you don't do dumb shit anymore. Have you guys raised your children, or are you raising your children the way you were raised? And do you have an issue with ass whippings if necessary?
Can I go?
Yes. Please.
This new parenting is different. My daughter is only 2, and she's so sassy and smart and all the things. But I feel like I feel bad when I tap her, but it's needed. But I feel like that lady went too extreme.
You saw that?
I did.
Now you grew up in the 70s and 80s. That was about right.
She pulled that little boy up by his hair. That was extreme. Like, as we speak right now, my daughter is throwing chips on the floor for no reason.
Oh, yeah. And what does the gentle parenting say to that?
Like, sometimes I catch myself out of that gentle parenting, like, stop, like, gotta yoke her up a little bit, but I be feeling bad afterwards.
So, were you disciplined as a kid? Did you get like whippings, or I heard they say beatings? That sounds horrible. Yeah, did you get beatings growing up?
I did. My dad was the gentle parent.
It's always the mom. What about you? How you feel about ass whippings with children?
Tear them up. Like, no.
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah.
I don't know. It's just, if it's necessary. That's not my first line of discipline.
Right.
I'd rather talk to my kids, but sometimes, if need be, I feel like my daughter, she needs to be tapped like twice a year. She tries me like every 6 months.
Right.
And if the talking don't work, then you just 3 strikes, you're out. Okay.
Yeah, as needed. I'm not saying like when I was a kid, you just got to ask for anything almost. But as needed, I think asking was okay.
Mm-hmm. I only got beaten twice in my life.
And that did you right. That serves you right?
Yeah.
To early 20s. Well, that's a different show. I know a little bit of your business. What you say, Shannon?
Y'all need to get rid of them rings and them Alexas in your house, and then nobody would have saw that little kid get his ass whooped.
I mean, factuals.
That's
I think
I agree with that.
one of the other sons recorded.
But what I would say is, yeah, I think sometimes parents can get, sometimes over extreme, but at the same time, we used to be in a store and you couldn't act up. Your mom hit you right in the mouth, bust your teeth open. You don't touch nothing, you don't grab nothing, you don't do none of that.
Don't even look at it.
And now, I've been in that. I was a parent, and that happened with me with my oldest daughter. If you beat them, things could happen. But
It's tough. It's a tough situation. It's tough because
Yeah.
Social media changes everything.
Yeah.
Anything that's recorded changes everything. The way people look at you and want to judge as if they're not being on a camera or that scope, that's where people start to become critical and criticizing, knowing darn well yesterday they was just beating Sammy in the bedroom because he did something. Yes, people probably don't parent like they used to. And sometimes they do need to, because these kids these days are out of control. If you don't have that bass in your voice with your kids in this era, where they understand, like, I ain't playing this, we need to stop.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do need to stick it to them so they understand, look, I'm really not playing. Back in the day, yes, parents went over and beyond because they didn't know no better. That's how they were raised. You know what I'm saying? They say something, speak when you're spoken to, don't cross your eyes. You better sit there until I tell you to get up. That's how parenting was. And I'm not saying that in all aspects was it, always okay, because some cross over into the abuse fashion, but it did bring up those children to respect their elders, respect what they were about to do. We don't have that no more. You got any of these kids nowadays will talk right back to you with no respect. And it's like, really? Your parents didn't teach you nothing. They didn't give you no type of work, no type of belt, nothing.
So here's what I'll say. I think it goes back to, and I'm gonna go back just a quick second. I think it goes back to, it really got crazy when it came up with the 1-800 child abuse hotline in the 90s. When it wasn't the early 90s, that's when shit really started to go left. But prior to that, if you think about how the system has done this, even with the welfare system, they took the man out the house, right? So now fast forward 30 years later, or 40 years later, when now you can't discipline your kids physically. So that's another way. Now we're losing our kids. We've already lost a man that can help discipline them. Now we have the children. So it's just all set up to, welfare to work. Not welfare to work. Child care. What's it called? The prison. When you're little, what's the cycle called? Dang it. Anyway, when it's to set up for our children to end up in prison. Because we know the prison industrial complex is $1 billion industry. So we got to have people in there to fill those beds. So now they can't beat their kids. We've taken a man away. So what's left? They're going to have some unruly children that's going to be out here that don't respect adults, don't respect authority, and kind of here we are. So,
but some of these parents are soft though.
Some of these parents are just badass.
But they don't want to do the same thing that their parents did to them. So they let Johnny and little Nick do whatever the hell they want. And them the ones out here who are beating these adults up or pulling a gun on somebody to stand outside till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Come on.
We say this all the time, that this generation, and this doesn't go for everybody, but they're not raising their kids. These kids are just growing.
These kids raising themselves. Well, social media, just like Natalie said, raise our kids.
The tablets. Every kid you see in a car, look at any kid in the backseat of a car that don't have, most of them ain't in a car seat. They got a damn tablet though.
My granddaughter now.
Well, with 3 years old, they got a car seat.
They smart. They're intellectually smart, but common sense is gone.
They don't have it. That is
right. The person-to-person interaction is gone because of technology too. If you think about it.
Yes.
So So quick question before we get into our main topic. And I'm a step parent. I mean, he's an adult now, but are step parents allowed? If you with me, I'm your man, and we living together, and we get together, and you have a child. Am I allowed? Is a step parent allowed to discipline the child? What say y'all?
Can I go first on this?
Go right ahead.
As a male, I would say this. I think that if, like, put it this way, that should be a conversation that you have with the stepfather, with the stepfather.
dad.
Well, you stepfather, I'm sorry, with the biological dad at that time. If the biological dad is in that child's life,
Right.
if he's not in there, and then he ain't got shit to say. But if he is, that's something that I would say, hey, listen, check this out. Now, you got to have a relationship anyway, because at the same time, whatever one house is doing, the other house should be doing it too. But if you think that you need to put your hands on my kid, it better be for a good damn reason.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Because I just don't want you to abuse my kid because you don't like me, or you know your kids are in there and you just want to beat my kid up. There could be an issue like that. But
right. Oh,
again, if the trust and confidence is there and you guys are parenting the same way, it's cool, because again, as a woman, it would be the same as a woman saying, well, I don't want that woman to be my child's mother. I'm her mother. You know, and it comes like that at times.
Right.
But the common goal is it takes a village to raise a kid. So that's where that whole village of all four of y'all, or whatever the case may be, 3, 4, needs to help raise that kid.
Absolutely.
With much love.
Go ahead, next. Any thoughts, ladies?
I agree. Like, you do have to have that initial communication with your partner, first and foremost, because you don't want to overstep your boundaries. You want to make sure that's clear, concise, and probably have a conversation with the whole family, because they do need to understand the position that new partner is now in place of. And I don't necessarily think that, you know, my new spouse has to have a conversation with the biological parent, because they're not here to fill that responsibility. If they were, we wouldn't be talking about stepfather and stepmother. So again, it's a communication piece. You know what I mean? You have to have that communication initially. I don't know if I ever had to discipline somebody else's kid, to be honest with you, but it's never been a situation where it was like, oh, wait a minute, I don't want to go down this road because that chick may be crazy, or so-and-so may react in a negative way. But I do know, speaking from experience, this is a conversation you must have from the gate, so we are all on the same lines of communication, and there's no there's no gray area where something could go in a negative fashion.
Agreed. Fatima, any thoughts? If you and Mark split up, he gets a new girlfriend, can she discipline the kids?
It depends on how she loves my children.
That's the key.
I grew up with a stepmom, and my stepmom was there since I can remember, and she loved me like I was her child. Like, that is my second mother.
Right.
I don't remember her disciplining me. I don't remember her calling my mom and having my mom discipline me, but I know that there was not a difference from my house to their house. Like, if I was with them, that was my family.
Right.
If I went with her, I went with her. Like, it was different.
Mm-hmm.
So if she disciplined me, I know that she loved me enough that the discipline would be okay, despite whatever it was. Like, one of my beatings I got at her house, she didn't do it. My dad did it, but if she did do it, then that's my second mom. Like, regardless,
it needs to happen. So I grew up. My ex had a son when I met her. He was 1, and so me and this guy became really, really tight before I actually had my daughter with her, my older daughter. And so his dad was kind of in and out. So it was one of the weekends, his dad decided to play dad. He picked him up or whatever. So of course he's asking all these questions about, well, what's it like with your mom's boyfriend, this and that? Does he beat you? And he said, oh yeah, he gave me a beating one time. So he was like, he called me. Matter of fact, he called my ex and told her to tell me she was gonna pistol with me. I said, give me his number immediately. But anyway, so the point I'm making with all of that, and like I told him, I says, he's here with me 5 days a week. I take him to school. I buy him clothes. I bought his cleats for Pop Warner. I'm here in every way. I says, he's going to get all of that good part of me, but if he go left, I can't. So you're not mad at him doing all those other things, but if I tap him on his ass, nigga, I don't want to hear that.
Correct.
Because I'm here and I love him. Mm-hmm. So if I get him, there's a reason. I don't have to get him like twice. But long story short, I told her dad to meet up with me, and he never came. Because I only got my nephew pistol. I was going to meet him and like, what you talking about? You ain't going to pistol with me? I called that nigga immediately. Who you gonna pistol with?
He was a BA.
I heard you gonna pistol with me.
He was a BA.
Oh yeah, man. I ain't know
That's
you
because
be
he knew
being
you were. He knew you were real. He knew, like, you know what? I sound like the stupid one. He probably was embarrassed that you were like, look, this is the proven facts. This is what I do for your son. So why would you come to me and I'm taking care of your child that you're not taking care of? So that's why he ain't show.
And we've been cool ever since. That was 29 years ago. Every time I see him, it's love. And he's a cool guy, but he was young and young and crazy back then. So I was gonna be young.
You showed him the mature way. You showed him the father way.
You telling my girl you gonna do something to me? You talking to me?
How tall was he? 4'11".
Now he was your height. I like to knock out niggas slightly taller than me. All right, y'all. Listen, let's get into tonight's topic. I'm gonna play. Oh Lord, I got rid of my comments. Sorry, y'all.
We gotta read them.
I'm going to play this video that I ran across this video, and I was like, wow, this is very interesting because I don't know if, and I want to hear from the ladies. That's why I'm glad I have 3 women on here. I really want to hear from y'all on this. Let me see if I can bring my comments back. Good Lord Jesus, what I do? Bam, they back like cook crack. Joyce, hey, Cuzzo, the real Brenda one. Maybe that's one of your people. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in, bro. All right, stay tuned for the video. Hold on, here we go.
Believe that women are taught how to treat men, right? I think, and I don't think
That's a fact.
I don't think all men are good at treating women how they should be treated, but we're still more aware of how women are supposed to be treated. Whether we sign on to that or not, you're supposed to treat a woman with respect. You talk to her this way. Like some niggas be like, man, fuck that. Like, but we're still more aware. I think
100%.
Men are taught how to treat women and women are taught how to be treated.
Yep.
And then you got,
I said this on my last episode.
You know what I'm saying? And
I
then you
literally
got men
said
like,
this. Yeah.
Hold up.
Yep.
Men are a specific thing. We are a creature.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's worth putting more of that into the conversation because
very real.
It just raises awareness on the part of the woman, like on how to create balance. You know.
All right, ladies. The thing that resonated with me the most, what made me say I want to talk about this, is that he said that women are taught how to be treated. And so I want to hear from the ladies. And that lady seemed to agree. Is that the gist of what you're talking about, men and relationships, how you should be treated by a man? Is the other side explained to you about how you should treat him? Ladies, and go. I'll be back with my commentary.
You guys go first.
I agree.
Okay, speak to that.
Growing up, being how you supposed to be treated, and my father doing what he needed to do and make sure I be treated like a princess, and my mother talking to me on what to tolerate and what not to tolerate. And I don't think there was a conversation about how to treat a man until I got with my fiance.
So you were grown.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it wasn't. It was like steps to the conversation. Like if I did something and I had a conversation with my siblings or older peers or whatever, it was just like, you need to do this or take a step back and reevaluate. It was more of those conversations, but it was never like a conversation how I was pampered on how to be treated and what to take growing up.
So question for you and all of y'all, feel free to ask too. Feel free to answer. Did you see that as an example from your mom, how to treat a man, or it just wasn't a thing?
I love my mom to death.
When you preface it with that, I already know it's not going to be good.
No. The thing I took from my mom's relationships was on how not to be treated.
Right.
That's
the focus. I feel like that's the focus.
That's a lesson too, though. That's a good lesson, though.
Yeah. Kanisha, Natalie.
Honestly, when I looked at the video, it was an eye opener because I was like, wow, I never was taught how to treat a man. It wasn't until honestly I got into my master's degree program and realizing like people, thought process and stuff like that is different. And with my partner now, he went through a lot of grief and a lot of trauma. So I had to think like, I know how to prioritize this and how to handle him in certain situations, being as though I went through this program. But it wasn't until honestly going through this and understanding how people think and what people really go through to understand his feelings and his emotions. But I was never, taught. I'm like Fatima. I was taught like what not to take, but I was
Yeah.
never taught like how I should treat a man.
Okay, Miss Natalie.
This one's a crazy one, and I'm sure I don't know if my sisters are watching, but I'm sure they're probably like, "Oh my gosh, she's about to say."
If you shared it from your Facebook page to your Facebook page, they might be watching.
I did.
Just FYI, everyone. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you're fine. I think this one's crazy because I was raised by my dad. Okay, so I definitely saw the things that he would. I don't want to say things. People that he would bring home, that he would date, what he was looking for. That was a lesson within itself because I saw how men worked and what they expected. So he kind of taught me that on the back end. My mom wasn't there, so she couldn't say, you got to do this, you got to do that, make sure you do this. I solely learned it from the opposite end. Did that hurt me growing up? Yes, because a lot of things I take or that I did was more of a masculine, outlook. Like, okay, they better do this, or if you don't, I got to go. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's all on my shoulders. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to do the opposite role. And that's, again, it was a pro because I saw exactly, how these women were, yes, sorry, Dad, if you're watching, how these women were treating him to get all of his attention or to make him happy. And that's how I learned, like, oh, okay. So growing up, it was just the opposite for me.
Right.
It was kind of weird, but yeah.
I think too, and Shannon, I don't know if you can speak to this. I think being now that I'm listening to y'all, and being a dad of girls, I think I've definitely been on the approach of what not to take too. I think men really hone in on what not to take and what to look out for from a male perspective. So I don't know. I think it would be, me and my kid, both of them, we're pretty close, but I think it'd be weird for me to say, hey, make sure you do this for your man. I don't even think I'm ready to have that conversation. I just know that I really hone in on what disrespect to look for. Because sometimes people can be disrespecting you. You don't even realize it when you're all in love and all dumb.
Correct.
This mother was out here treating you like shit, like in your face. But because you're so in love, you don't know. I don't know. Shannon, what are your thoughts as far as like, you had any conversations with your daughter?
I'm gonna go back to the topic though.
Go ahead.
So at times we look at different eras. So I look at, like my mother and my father. Whereas in the elder days, women you took care of the house, you took care of the kids, you washed the clothes, you cooked and all that. If you did that, that was taking care of the man. No different than the father. The father paid the bills. He worked hard. He came home. Mama fed him. Wife fed him. He took care of the house. That's the way it worked.
Right.
But I think as women have evolved to better suit themselves, meaning independency, they can do things on their own. They're more educated at this point than they were before. Some women on this will probably say, well, men made us be where we at. But at the same time, I don't believe, just in my heart, that men, again, men are always looking, we talk about mental health. The man is all women are looking for the man if he's in the house to be that provider. He's that guy that saves the house. He's that security blanket. If you got a man and he ain't your security blanket, he ain't your safety, you don't feel safe with him, let his ass go. Because that's what we taught. That's what y'all taught. So at times he's stressed too. So he go to work, he gets stressed, he trying to figure it out. Sometimes, and again, women, y'all put work on us. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? When bills need to be paid, somebody need to eat, we got to figure it out. And at times then, you guys got problems at work yourself. You got problems in your own life. And a man, for us, we've always been taught to take care of the woman. Happy wife means happy life. And then when they say,
that's what they say.
That's what they always say. So when you taking care of the house and you taking care of her feelings as well, where yours go? And at the same time, all you really looking for is somebody just to listen. So have you been, again, in women, I'm going to say this and I can get shots fired all day. Women hear you, but they don't listen. They hear you.
Let me say this. Yeah. So the real winner said, and Brandy, thank you for your comment. Let me read Brandy's comment first. She says, we definitely learned that men's perspective. We definitely learned that the men's perspective of relationships. She also said most of us were not taught until we entered into a healthy relationship where communication. I'm doing too much. Where communication and emotional maturity are present. Now, and if you want to be honest, to me, that's something that's new that's come around. Emotional maturity, not the communication part, because women have always complained. Men are notorious bad communicators for the most part. And there are some bad women, there are some women that can't communicate. And that's some frustrating shit right there. Because you kind of expect a little bit more from her. So when a woman's a bad communicator, you're like, what the fuck? But my point, what was my point? This damn Tito's kicking in. Oh, here we go. I think part of the thing with men and women, and coming up, you went back to like men were the providers. They did A, B, C, and D, and a woman took care of the house. I think women for a very, very long time did not have to pay attention to a man's emotions.
Yeah.
Because when you think about relationships, all we focus on is how like say happy wife, happy life. How is my woman feeling? How's her emotional state? Does she have what she needs? And I started seeing that Kirk Franklin asked a group of men. He has this podcast, so awesome. He asked the men around the table, like, what makes them happy? And 4 of the 6 didn't know. Or their answer revolved around, and I say this all the time: as long as my family good, I'm good. But that should not be your answer.
But it is.
It is the answer. But I think just until recently, women are starting to come around to paying attention to a man's feelings, because before, if you was showing your feelings, oh, this sensitive, man, this bitter, like you can even have a sensitive, vulnerable moment with your woman for fear of being exposed or being it's a couple of things we don't want to be called, and a soft ass dude or a bitch ass dude is both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
our blackness. Black men seem not to want to give that emotional verbiage. So normally it's very difficult because they have that masculine, I gotta have this walk of life. Ain't nobody gonna hurt me. I'm only gonna do what the stereotype, is supposed to tell us to do. But most men try to hide that emotional piece. And you really got to dig in to get that barrier down to be able to see it. But they definitely do have emotions. It's just they were, taught from generation that you're not supposed to show that.
But I got a question for you, Natalie. So if a man shows an emotion and he's talking, telling his woman or whatever, how he feels or whatever, and she comes back and says, well, this is what you do, and then says, and then that means she's only thinking about her feelings first. In some days, again, like a man, if there's something that a woman has a strong, opinion on, sometimes we have to shut up, listen, and just say, okay, babe, let me take care of your stuff first. And then if the next time, if it's the man, if he comes to you about it, again, for strong men, if a man says something to you, it has bothered him for a minute. Because I'm a strong man. I don't say anything else. I figured, I say I'm going to figure shit out myself. All right. But if I complain about something to you, that means we didn't went too long. And I said what I had to say. And if you come back to me and say, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that, then you didn't hear or listen to what the hell I just said to you. Because then, again, like you said, Eli, you express yourself and then you push his feelings away because you don't know how to accept his feelings. Then that's a lack of communication.
Yeah.
And it's not
emotional maturity. Brandy says men have a fear of their vulnerability being weaponized against them. Absolutely. And if you have a man who's sharing his
Absolutely.
vulnerabilities with you, and then he is ridiculed for it, you're never gonna get that back. Matter of fact, you ruin him for the next
Oh
movie
yeah,
too.
that's it. You're gonna shut down.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree with that one.
My thing. Go ahead, Nan. I'm sorry.
No, I said I agree with that. That's all I said.
Yeah, I think. Do y'all think that as women sitting here now, and Fatima, I want to get your opinion on this. Are you more in tune with your man's feelings than maybe you were prior to, I don't know, maybe your last relationship? I mean,
Absolutely.
well, you were young then too, but like, are y'all more in tune with your man's emotions, and is it held against them? Like, can your man cry in front of you and you not judge him? Maybe I should ask that question.
Yeah.
He ain't no BAN after he cried in front of you, like in your head.
Absolutely not.
You know how I said a lot of
I
stuff
tell
in
my
my
man all the
head.
You gotta cry sometimes. It's okay. My man don't cry. You gotta be like, come on, babe. It's okay. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. You gotta let it out. But I just also feel like it's levels to communication.
Mhm.
Where we were when we first got together, we had to move past, because your first line of defense from an emotional standpoint is anger.
Mhm.
We had to move from that to really understand what emotions we were feeling.
How did you get to that point?
Therapy.
Okay, all right, there it is. Right to the point.
Therapy.
It's funny you said that he doesn't cry. Like it made me think about like my grandfather. I'm like, he got that civil rights spirit.
Yeah.
Like you can't break him.
You ain't break
You're not gonna break me.
Yeah. All barking at you there.
Water hoses.
Water
You can't
hoses.
even- They were crying. And you ever see a black man in the videos crying? They might just get back up and they get arrested. They just get themselves together.
Yeah, I only see my fiance cry one time, and that was when my dad passed.
Oh wow! So you had a good relationship with your dad.
Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Natalie and Kanisha, like your man crying in front of you, does that move you one way or the other, good or bad?
It depends on the person. It depends on the man. It depends on that particular man. If they're always whining and being that type of dude that acts like a woman, you got to go. That's going to drive me insane. I don't want like you guys said, somebody that's a little too soft. Sorry. But if there's something that I know strikes them right in the heart and it is something that's sincere, that's when you see the vulnerability in that man as a man, but not somebody that does it on the regular. To them, maybe it's something that they just feel really emotional, but to me, that's a little hormonal imbalance if they're on that.
Now you make me feel like you a grab a dude like this. Say, cut that shit out. That's the energy I'm getting right now.
I told you I was raised by a man. Stop.
Jeez Louise. The real winner said women will always find a way to bring things back to their favor.
Always.
But hold on, I want to hear from
Always.
Kanisha then. Let's talk about that. Kanisha,
Always.
can Kanisha drop the tear in front
Who
of you?
said that?
Or would he? Hold on, let me get here, Kanisha. Go ahead.
I agree with Miss Natalie. Like, if you a whiner and a crybaby, no, that's going to get on my nerves. But if you like, Khalid, my partner now, like if you like when he cry, I want him to cry sometimes because he just be too hard. Like he just too tough. Nothing bothers him. He keeps everything bottled up. So sometimes I'll be wanting him to cry. Like, come on, like it's okay. You've been through some stuff. Yeah, get it out. But if you just a whiner, you just cry about every little thing. No.
You're such a millennial. You use the word partner. What the fuck?
What does that even mean?
I don't know why it resonates so different with me. Yeah, because my partner. Brandy said, "Oh, I know this shit. This got to be your sister right here. She's another one that probably does this. She said emotional intelligence is everything. Anyone that cries too much, men or women, is not good. All right, that's raised by a man. All right, go ahead. You had something you want to say?
I forgot.
The Tito's. You ain't keep your head straight. You come on here.
I'm always good. I was just thinking about something, and I just lost. It'll come back.
All right.
Oh, I know what it was. As men get though, let me ask you this question then for you. As you gotten older, you become more emotional.
Yeah.
So
Cry monthly.
yeah. So like in 30s and in my 30s, you ain't seeing no crying out of me, or early 40s. But after I got in my last probably about 5, 6 years, things do get emotional. You do have feelings as men, and they do come out more. You know, I can be sitting there watching TV, and you're like, man, I don't want to touch it, you know, a little bit, you know, but it's that side that comes out. And as a man, as he evolves and matures,
right,
he's asking again when we talk about that conversation, is a woman trained to be or taught to treat a man, you know, the way, you know, as a woman. I noticed this though, as women, if you've been with your woman for a long time, she pretty much dress you, buy stuff that you wanted, you know, that she wanted for you and all the other stuff.
I don't play that shit.
Don't hold on. But it happens.
I dress myself.
But yeah, but now you can, it's okay. She buys a tie, she checks, she say, hey, that's a nice tie.
I might draw.
Okay, yeah. But as you've gotten older, you do have that emotional state to you, and all you're looking for at this time is just somebody to listen, you know. And it don't mean that you got to go out there and cut the grass, do all that. Man just looking for somebody to listen to him.
Bro, let me tell you this. What you said about the emotional part as we get, since I hit 50, dude, I think I cried more.
You cry watching TV
my whole life since I hit 50. I cried last week. When I left my job, I was hugging a coworker. I got misty.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm a fairly emotional guy anyway. Like, I've always been in tune with me, and you know.
Yeah, I knew that. But go ahead.
Yeah. But I feel like after 50, dude, oh my God. You know what I think is too, that I know I'm on the other side of life. I ain't gonna say the downside, but I know I got more behind me than I got in front of me. So I think I'm more in tune to everything around me, and I pay more attention to everything around me, which I think in turns makes me a little more sensitive. Like, I could be riding on a back road and there's a beautiful sunset. Dude, do you know? I'd be like, damn, that's so pretty. I don't know what it is. Yeah, you will all experience this as you get a little older.
I got one more thing. And women, if you mad at your man, stop telling him no.
Say it again.
Women, just because
So are you telling us that you're teaching us?
Right now. Just because y'all mad at each other or you mad at him, stop telling him no.
We know what the no is.
You know what that no is. We ain't going. That's another podcast time. Stop telling him no.
Don't punish him. All right. I got a couple of comments.
Don't got nothing to do with each other.
Y'all can respond to that, but I got a couple of comments first. Let me just kind of, I appreciate the people doing it.
Look at that.
Yana said, if you cry and complain more than me, meaning she's a female, then no. But of course, if something is going on, you can express your emotions. I think Yana can. So this is my child, and we talk a lot, and I know she probably can tell that I'm getting a little emotional on the phone sometimes when I'm talking to her, when I'm just expressing to her about me being proud of her or how much I love her. I always get a little bit to the left. Who is the real winner? Is this your people? The real winner one. Identify yourself.
Step up.
He said, or he or she says, if he's whining, it's because y'all not really listening to fix what's wrong within yourself. He says the whining man will leave. I think this is the guy. The whining man will leave and find a woman he doesn't have to whine at. Fellas, let's be real. Most women come into a relationship kind of broken. So we're usually spending a lot of time trying to fix a heart we didn't break. Woo, child.
That's a good one.
That is good. Brandy said, I agree, you can't withhold sex just because you're mad. Hey, man, Brandy, God bless you, sis. God bless you, sis. God bless you. He says they weaponize sexuality. She says, because at the end of the day, you still want him to pay those bills. It goes back to how it works. You still want him to pay those bills. So if he can't stop fulfilling his husband duties, then you can't hold your wifely duties. So if he can still fulfill his husband duties, you got to fulfill your wifely duties. And there will be some women, I love her. I love that. I think there's some women today who say that's a very antiquated way of looking at relationships, but not me.
Yeah.
You say,
Yeah.
So you mad? This man out here working all day hard and you got beef with him. He can't tap you on the shoulder about midnight? You got to be kidding.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay. Ladies, well, why? Why do we hope? That's the one thing y'all have on us that y'all will utilize. What is that about?
Because that's the one thing that women have that you know, it's not a good thing to use as a tool, but because that's what they have to use as a weapon against you. I mean,
That's terrible.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the only thing that they can say, okay, let me just hold out. Maybe hold out. I don't know.
I don't think
Bring it around here, bro.
No, we ain't doing it. We
I
ain't
don't think
throwing
women
it
use it as a weapon.
Yeah, they do.
I don't.
Yes,
Maybe
they
you're not
do.
calling it weaponizing.
Yeah,
it.
they do.
What phrase you want to use? Go ahead.
Yeah, they do.
If you're not in the mood, you're not in the mood.
No.
But if you're not in the mood when you guys are going through something that appears to be holding out, weaponizing.
That's not weaponizing though. Like that's an energy, that's a connection. If we haven't solved the issue and we just got finished arguing and we've been silent for 24 hours and you tap me on my shoulder, you like, what?
But sometimes can't that bring y'all back? Like, to be honest.
Is that going to spark the conversation?
So he mad at you, do he got to pay bill?
The bill was not the
And that wasn't the problem. It's something that happened.
but that's the
Come back to the
connection.
mic, brother. Come back to the mic. I don't hear you.
It ain't like okay, watch
Say that again. Say what you just said again.
That wasn't the problem. So watch this. Let's say y'all went into the shower and he said something wrong that he didn't like about you in that area. That's the problem.
Okay. But you're using bills as this, okay, are we going to stop cleaning? Are we going to stop
Women
cooking?
are
Are we going to stop
emotional,
loading your
and they
clothes?
use-
We're not going to stop doing all that.
Women are emotional. They use sex as an emotional thing. We know that women, it's a more emotional thing with
Absolutely.
women than men. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is, if you can't get over that, it didn't have nothing to do with the sex part. You could be mad because he didn't do this, or you had an argument about something at the house. Those two don't.
They shouldn't cross paths.
Yeah.
But if you know it's an emotional thing, how can you say that? If it's more emotional for women and we're not emotionally connected at the moment, how am I using that as a
So
weapon?
where does your man go then?
Wifely duties.
So where did your man go then? So I'm asking. I got that. So your man asked you for it. You say no. What do you want your man to do? Wait for you when you done
That's
3
what
weeks
they see.
off the day? Hold on.
No,
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Hold on, baby girl. I'm not finished. I'm gonna yield my
I
time.
know you're over 50. He said,
All
"Baby girl."
All I'm saying to you is, what do you want your man to do? I'm just asking. He on here watch it too. Go ahead.
We'll talk about it.
All right, so you Natalie, I yield my time to you.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous
Speak to that.
because where one man can't get what he needs, he will go find it somewhere else. Point blank.
Facts.
So again,
People
women do
know.
use that as a weapon, not necessarily meaning like to be, vengeful, but if they're feeling a certain type of way, they do hold that against the man just in that moment. But that moment in their mind can deter them or push them away to somewhere they don't need to be. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
This is a way bigger conversation because I just feel like every pot has a lid and you have to know your partner. You have to know your partner. If I tell my man no in less than 24 hours, you're going somewhere else.
Well,
we have a bigger
we don't mean that like one night. But if you're mad for an extended period of time and you just like not feeling him, because relationships be like that.
And it goes up and down.
Yeah, but extended period of down should not mean we don't have sex.
Chick-fil-A ain't open on Sunday, but you're gonna go on Monday though.
And there it is. We got some great comments here. I want to make sure I acknowledge the people that are commenting. Look at how y'all disagreement brought y'all together right there. Let me start with Brandy. She says, because at the end of the day, you still want him. Did I read it already? Okay, let me go with Iana. Iana said, oh, that's good. E. She said, these men be broken too, but they don't have to choose to identify that trauma.
Absolutely.
Woo! That's my child right there. Go ahead, girl. You might. All right. I would say a sensitive man that can or will communicate is to be treasured. Amen. The real winner said that's why the side piece was invented. LOL. Because the women holding out on the buttons. Brandy says in the wrong settings, men use money as power and women use
sex.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true. O said not the best bargaining tool, but readily available, meaning I guess withholding. What holding the cat? You got a little kitten up there. I just figured that out.
You get
Then they confused. Then we're not confused why they are getting cheated on because you are withholding. Lisa Fleming. Hey, Lisa, thank you for being here. She says, sex isn't a weapon, but you are not attracted to me if we are beefing. But you are not. So, yeah, okay, good point. So now you physically, we beefing. There's an emotional situation. You're mad at me. And I know I'm talking to you, but in general, I'm talking. If you're mad at me, we're no longer a physical sexual attraction. Like I'm laying up beside you and I'm rubbing on you and this is no.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's how things happen. Priscilla says they can go both. What you talking about, Priscilla? What can go both ways? Priscilla, you keep doing what you're doing. You all right? All right. Let's move forward in this conversation. So, ladies, where we at? Wait, 50-minute mark. All right. So, ladies, so I think we have a general consensus that women aren't taught how to treat a man. Is that? I think we're all on the same page with that. So whatever you do with your man now, what have you learned and how did you learn how to treat a man? Was it trial and error? Was it counseling? Like what brought you to where you are as far as the relationship and how you handle your man?
I think it's all of it. I think it's everything that you said. It's not just one thing I can pinpoint and say, oh, it was this. No, it was learning my spouse. It was therapy. It was trial and error. It was being manipulative. It was everything I can think of. Like.
Talk about the manipulative. You manipulating him?
I mean, I think that goes both ways in every relationship. It's a little bit. You gotta give a little. You gotta take a little.
That's one way they say no.
All right.
Nobody saying no. Come on, nobody said that. That's not what I said. I'm just saying, as you grow with your partner, you learn your partner, and it's ups and downs.
That's true. Okay. All right, ladies. What have you learned about? Like, where did you get your knowledge from? Is it from experience? Trial and error, what? As far as how you treat your man today, do you treat him good? First of all, let me not assume that everybody here treats their man
good
with love and respect all the time.
Right.
But if you do speak to him, oh wow,
I think I wasn't sure if Kanisha was going first. I think it's it is different phases because obviously. We grow up as adults. We may not have been married for 20 years. Like myself, I have not been married for 20 years. I'm just now getting into my second marriage. And I think it's trial and error. I think it's finding the right person that has the patience or that matches your zen, if we want to say that, that can complete you and make sure that you guys are on the same wavelength with everything. Communication, if it's intimacy, if it's parenting, if it's whatever the case may be, once you find or click with that person, it takes both of you the same amount of energy to understand what to expect, what not to expect, just talking out. Because a lot of things only come out during communication, and communication is not just verbal. It's showing your actions. It's, there's a lot of things that will, open that spectrum like, oh shoot, this person actually understands, but it's got to match. And sometimes you meet good people throughout your life. It just did not match at that time. It's just because you didn't have the proper tools from whatever the case may be to progress to the next level. So I think I treat my man all right. I mean, if he proposed to me, I think that's a pretty good indication that I'm okay.
You got a nice ring too, so I guess you do all right. And he's a good dude too. That's my guy. All right, Kanisha, you've been real quiet. I need you to get rid of that 30-watt light bulb and get a 60.
Shut up. No, I think that I treat my guy good too. But it's definitely been a lot of trial and error, patience, communication, therapy for sure. And like Miss Natalie said, learning each other. You just have to learn each other, take that time with each other. And again, honestly, my program has helped me a lot. Just understanding just how to think, how the process goes, and just the understand like everybody doesn't think like me. So I have to think
Right.
outside the box sometimes, and that's helped me a lot too. Like everybody doesn't have the same heart or think or thought process as me, so I have to think outside the box and try new things, and be vulnerable too.
So imagine if you didn't have these tools. Imagine if you were a shift manager at McDonald's. Your relationship would be in shambles because you wouldn't have the wherewithal that you have now. You said because of going to school
Right.
and what you're doing in social work. As the
No,
ages you,
absolutely.
it's a lot of
Absolutely.
women that don't get what you have, and they have to kind of figure it out.
Mhm.
I got some comments here. Shannon, you want to speak to anything before I read some of our comments? I just make sure I want to shout out to people, man. I appreciate them tuning in.
No, I would just say that in that lesson that we're talking about between a man and a woman, each person has to be accountable.
Mhm.
And if you're not listening to each other, sometimes the best listening is just keep your mouth shut and then to hear what somebody has to say. And if you know your man and he don't speak often or complain about something and he says something, it's got to be important to him. And a lot of times, like you said before, a man that is strong, he will say something, and after that, and you shut him down, he gonna stop talking. And when you shut him down and he stop talking, then everything else shuts down. So, like you said, that communication, that therapy, that all that, because sometimes there's days that are hard that he just want a listening ear.
Yeah.
And like you said, how do you get taught is, I'll say the same thing. I was taught how to treat women too, from, how your father treats your mother, or you went to somebody else's house, you see how that male treated that female, or you went to work and you see one of your coworkers say, well, I bought my woman this, and you said, well, I'm gonna do that too. There's a lot of things that we learn, like opening the door
Early.
Make sure that you pay for the bill when you go on a date. Make sure you do this. If it's raining outside, you let her take your coat. You get rain. There's a lot of things. But as we move in society and we get into these years and we're progressing past, the 60s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, some of y'all wasn't born when we in now in the 2000s. Those are things that, and I like that because Kanisha and Fatima, you guys are young and you guys are understanding the value of communication and what you want your man to feel. And a lot of times, feeling is the best for us, especially when we say we're emotional now. And we're talking two eras too, though, from 50-year-old to 40 to 30. There's a whole lot of conversations that we had with just throwing it all in one little pot of soup. But there is an emotional side to a male. Always remember that a male came from a female and a male. A female came from a male and a female. So we have an emotional side tied to us. It's just that when it comes out, we're never taught to bring it out. And now we're asking men to be more aware of your mental state. So that's all I got.
And I'm gonna get to our comments. I want to say this too, real quick. This may move the room a little bit or not. I think some men don't know what they need from a woman. And that's something you grow into as you learn yourself. Because I think that we spend a lot of time trying to work, earn money, and take care of our family. And we find our worth in that. Like when you're a young man, you find your worth in what kind of dumbass car you got with the rims. Like when you're a young man.
And music in the back.
And music, yeah, all the bullshit in the trunk. And as you kind of evolve, now you're working and you have a career. And so you find your worth in. I know nothing makes me feel better than when our bills are paid, we got a little nest egg, and we can travel or do whatever we might want to do. Like that makes me feel like a fucking man. Yeah. But it's more to me than just that. You know what I'm saying? But you have to evolve into knowing that about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think a lot of men don't know necessarily what they need. And then if you do you now communicate that to your woman? So that's a whole other thing right there. Knowing it, then now
to learn how to communicate that to your woman.
That is true. That is true. Let me read some comments, man. We got a lot of great. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all, man, and all the comments. Let's see. The winner says, he says a lot of failed relationships. He says many breakups later, I guess, when women start to learn what a man needs. Women also pick the wrong man. Often, I think we all do that. Brandon says accountability is also important. That is the thing. Ladies, don't hit me. Don't swing on me. I find women don't take a lot of accountability for the shit they do. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like men, like when we mess up, we're almost forced for the peace of our home to say, you know, all right, fuck it, I'm sorry, my bad. But women don't necessarily take accountability for. We do it for the peace of the home. Women really don't be saying sorry.
Sorry,
I'm just gonna be honest with you. And I talk to my friends and even Shannon. Me
sorry, just like no.
Women don't really take responsibility.
I'm guilty.
I feel like
Guilty.
Guilty. Appreciate you for being honest. Thank you. Well,
I feel like y'all say sorry, but y'all don't change the behavior. We
Exactly.
say sorry.
y'all want to say something?
Exactly.
Listen to me. We say sorry by changing the behavior.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I didn't hear it and didn't see it. But I know you changing shit until the next thing happened. Oh, but she didn't do it this time.
She didn't do it.
Yeah, what I need to know. Tell me. Say sorry.
Say sorry.
Just
And then we bring it up like, babe, did you see that?
But watch this. If you went into a store and you watch this, if you went into a store and you bumped somebody by mistake, what would you say?
Immediately.
My bad. I'm sorry.
The person you
So
love
why
can't
can't
get
you
that.
tell the person that you love that? But you can tell a stranger that. Hey, listen, I'm gonna bring my hat so I can put an offering plate on the table. You guys will be able to donate to anything that we giving you right now.
Hold on, I'm going to answer your question. Hold on now. So when we bump someone in the store, we know that that's wrong. When you tell us that we do something,
You know you're wrong.
hold on, wait a minute. Sorry. When you tell us that we did something, we have to sit there, we got to think about it, we got to replay it in our head.
Okay.
We got to see where we was wrong.
Cool. All right. So you found that out on Monday. When you gonna tell your man you sorry?
When we realize it, then we change our behavior.
Damn, it take 3 days. You already told me. You already told me. You get on 2 weeks already.
They don't
Let me
change.
sit in quiet for 30 minutes to replay everything that happened. Like I'm gonna have to have a conversation with somebody, conversation with my therapist. There's levels to it.
We got to start singing them Negro hymns, them hymns in here, them Negro old hymns.
Some spirits. Shout out to Corey Wilkinson. What up, bro? Oliver says, if I treat my guy good is such an empty statement. Meaning, I guess one of y'all said, I think one of y'all did say, I treat my guy good is such an empty statement. Many women don't realize that a man with choices will not repeatedly express dissatisfaction. He will simply begin to take the long way home from work. Ooh,
Jesus.
Oliver sound like he been through that before.
Instead of 95, he going down Kirkwood Highway. All right. Corey says, are we taught what to expect from a woman? I can't really remember those combos often. Oh, man. That's it. Corey, Corey says, are we taught what to expect from a woman? I can't really remember those conversations often. I wasn't taught that from a responsible man who had his shit together.
We looked at
we saw people in the community. Well, I'm saying the men that I saw were dudes who had a lot of women or who just weren't no good initially, early. So no, we weren't. I wasn't taught that. Like my mother never sat me down.
But that was in Arkansas, though. What?
Nigga, that's the Bible Belt. This is where. What you talking about? You got me saying the N-word. Sorry. I get sensitive when we talk about it. Lisa Fleming says it's important to keep the lines of communication open and simply say what they want. True, and women need to apologize. Corey says we need to hear it. Exactly, Fatima. We need to hear you say you're sorry.
Say it.
I'm not saying
Natalie, we need to hear you say you're sorry.
Say it right.
Priscilla, we need to hear you say you're sorry. Kanisha, we need to hear you say you're sorry.
Say it right.
Brandy, we need to hear you say you're sorry. Accountability. That's it. Because y'all force us damn near to take it.
Okay.
Go ahead. She can't do it.
While we had this conversation.
Fatima rather fight her goddamn tongue. I'm just gonna say it over here. You can get this.
What am I saying sorry for right now?
For all the things
I
you've done
apologize
that
to
upset
my
him.
I'm just saying, as women, we apologize. And I'm not saying that we don't apologize. What I'm saying is we apologize with change of behavior. Men, if you just apologize and you don't change the behavior, then you're not apologizing.
I agree with that.
That's not growth.
I agree with that. But like Corey said, sometimes we just need to hear it. Like sometimes I don't need you to walk in the house every day and be like, thank you for all you do and taking care of us. I don't hear that every day, but every once in a while, I receive that.
I agree with that. I apologize to my man. I didn't apologize before.
What?
Randy said men will say sorry and do it again. Randy. That's your last comment, Randy.
we got one right there.
Hold on.
Sorry, brothers. We love you. That's what I like. Thank you.
What happened? What did they say?
I can't.
Oh, Lisa said, sorry, brothers, we love you. Thank you, Lisa. Look at that. I don't even know who you are, but thank you very much, Lisa Fleming. Sorry, Brandon said, sorry is an action work. I agree, but also say it and then put the action behind it. Like, ladies, you're gonna change your behavior for Fatima, but say you're sorry. It's okay. Now,
I agree. But what I'm saying is, for a man, since y'all say sorry.
Can I hear?
Huh?
Can I hear sorry?
I'm not saying sorry. What I'm saying sorry for?
This ain't me. I say nothing to me. I'm just saying, can you say sorry? We've been asking you for 10 minutes. You know that was a reggae song. Sorry.
I want you to get on stage.
Yeah, she
relax.
Hear that?
All right, listen, y'all. We're at the end. Don't mind me for the show.
My bad.
Listen, I wanted to, before we go any further, I just want to thank you all. This has been so much fun and enlightening for me also. Thank y'all so much, Natalie, Fatima, Shannon, my girl Kanisha. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me tonight. We got to do this again. Also, everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you for leaving a comment. Thank you for even watching. Please share this video. Please like and subscribe the Still Country Podcast YouTube page. I'm trying to be somebody when I grow up, y'all. You know, just help the little fella get on down through there. As they say, put me through there. You know what I mean? Help a brother out. I want everybody, any closing remarks you got to the Still Country Podcast family. Now is the time. Let's leave them with something good. Fatima, you on fire. Let's go. Ladies first.
Mhm.
What was the question?
Anything you want to leave the people watching with? Any comment? Anything you want to drop to the people on our way out the door tonight?
Learn your partner.
Mm-hmm.
We can say whatever we want to say on this podcast, but knowing who you are with is the best form of medicine. And everyone's different, I think. And ladies, say sorry. Amen.
We got to be dentists out there.
Amen. Change the behavior. Change the behavior. After the sorry, you have to change the behavior. Take accountability.
Agree.
I agree. We work.
I agree.
No, work on that. Oh no.
All right. Kanisha, any closing remarks?
I just agree with Fatima. Just learn your partner, have patience, communicate, and take accountability.
Amen. All right, Miss Natalie.
I would say, first and foremost, know yourself. Okay. Because if you don't know yourself, that will cause turbulence down the road because you're not in sync with your own self. Other than that, make sure you link up with God. If you can, if you believe, then you have a superior being to help guide your relationship or how to love your man as if you would love the man above.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you made.
That too.
I like how you made God seem like the dude up the street that fixed transmissions.
Yeah.
Link up old Tumble down there. He'll pull that transmission. Shannon, anything you want to leave with people?
I'm just going to do this for the sake of time. I agree with you. Love yourself. And I'm going to say
That's big.
December 6th, it's a Man Up event at Newcastle Library, Route 9 for Man Up. Please, all men are welcome. It's free. We want to get everybody with the men for their health so they get screened. Blood pressure, no drinking.
Not that event. Okay,
None of that,
okay,
man.
wrong one.
We'll have a DJ. It's going to be really, really nice. Please, post that. And for Natalie,
I can put it.
Is that correct,
What
Natalie?
is this? What is it, Shannon?
December 6th, Man Up event at Route 9 Library in Newcastle, Delaware. Also, support the Journeys Foundation.org.
Right.
Please go to that. I'm all about promoting us Blacks. I'm big on that. And at the end of the day, again, we got problems in this world. We don't need to have problems with each other. We got more problems to worry about with the guy we got in office. We need to take care of ourselves and represent ourselves better than what we do. And listen, big shout out to the best fraternity ever. We're about uplift, manhood, scholarship, perseverance. I'm out.
Natalie, what's your social media info so they can come? I'm putting in Journey's information in the chat.
You could just put Journey's Foundation. You can find us on Facebook, and then we have everything linked, from there.
Okay, on Facebook. All right. So I'm gonna end with. Did we get everybody?
Everybody.
All right. I'm gonna end with definitely communication is the key. I think that's been an ongoing theme of a lot of people's comments and what we talked about here. Communication. And if you know you're not a strong communicator, you have to start working toward that. And if you need help in that area, listen, don't be afraid to go get the help you need. It's 2025. No one's chastising or shaming people for getting therapy anymore. Those are the days of the past. That's 30, 40 years ago. It's okay, man. Go get the help you need to make you a better person, to make you a better man, brother, husband, boyfriend, or whatever you may, fiance, whatever you need to do to become a better person. Go get it. And God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen. We do a lot of talking and we don't hear the people that are talking back to us because we're busy running our mouth. Utilize those 2 ears and the 1 mouth you have. Listen, thank you for joining the Still Country podcast tonight. Please like, subscribe, and share on all platforms. Thank you so much. I am Eli Isabell, your host. Have a good night. How about them Cowboys?
Straight out the South, Arkansas, where the talk is real and the vibe is raw. This South got something to say.